こんにちは皆さん。今日は29ページを一緒にします。29ページを開いてください。Today we are going to do page 29 together. Please open page 29. Okay, let's take a look at number 1 and number 2. My older sister will marry next month. Number 2, my mom and dad are married for 18 years. Okay, so for this page, page 29, in order to do this page, you have to go to page 1 to get new verbs. Okay, so are you opening page 1 now? Look at the section verbs. Okay, to marry is 結婚します or to get married is 結婚します After you marry someone, from that point on, you are married. To be married is the verb you require for expressing that state of marriage. 結婚しています So number 1 sentence you need 結婚します Number 2, you need 結婚しています For 18 years. How do you say 18 years? Okay, that's right. 18 is 18, and years you add nem. In English, there's a preposition for, but in Japanese, there's no relational. So duration of time, 18 years in this case, doesn't take relational in Japanese. So, just use 18 years, 18年. And 私の父と母は結婚しています。That's all. Okay, please stop the video here. Complete number 1 and number 2. Okay, number 3 is very simple. My aunt divorced last year. So this is past tense. Okay, to get divorced or divorce is 離婚します。Just like 結婚します, this is a compound verb type 1. 離婚 is a noun and します is to do. And careful, this is a past tense, so you have to change ます to ました. And also add last year at the beginning of the sentence or after the subject of the sentence, which is my aunt. Okay, so you have to use humble form of aunt. Last year is 去年, and then doesn't require any relational. Okay, stop the video here and complete number 3. Okay, next ones are 4 and 5. I want to engage to my boyfriend. 5. My older brother is engaged. To engage, to be engaged. The difference between these two verbs, or variations of the same verb, is exactly the same as to marry and then to be married. So once you get engaged to someone, you are engaged. So 婚約します is just one time action. And after that point on, you are 婚約しています. So number 4, you use 婚約します. But careful, this is 1, 2. So you need just verb stem of this verb 婚約します and add たいです. Also, engaged to my boyfriend. Boyfriend, you can use 彼 or boyfriend in katakana. Either one is okay. And the relational is, preposition is to, but relational in Japanese is actually with. That's a to. Use that. Okay. Stop the video here and finish 4 and then 5. Number 6 and 7. Number 6 is I will work in Japan next year. 7, I am now working in a bookstore. The difference between these two variations of the same verb is that the first one is to work, 働きます. You would use this to describe you will be working in the future. You have a job and you know that you're going to start that job in the future, near future. then you say 働きます. But if you're currently working somewhere, then you say 働いています. Translation is more like I am working, so it's a present continuous. Okay, so number 6, you use 働きます. Number 7, you use 働いています. Number 8, I will work part-time in summer. Number 9, I am working part-time on Mondays. So this is the same difference as number 7, number 6, and number 7. Okay, so the difference is part-time and then just full-time the previously. So number 8, you say to work part-time, バイトします. In the future, in summer, so in the near future. And I am working part-time, so it's a current job situation, so you use バイトしています present continuous. バイト is actually abbreviated from アルバイト, and the word actually comes from German word. Okay, so it's not パート part-time job, パート it's quite different. バイト is the word. Okay, so pause the video here and then complete 8 and 9. Number 10, my grandfather will retire next year. 11, my grandmother is retired. Okay, to retire is 退職します. To be retired, it's something that you can't find on page 1, but you can just write this down on a page 1 as an additional vocabulary. Okay, 退職しました. It's past tense actually, so retired. Or you can also say 退職しています. So currently retired. Someone has been retired for some time. You can use either. So 11 would be 退職しました or 退職しています. Either is okay. Number 10 though, you have to use to retire in the future. So 退職します would be used. Number 12, my father works as a lawyer. Okay, so this is to work as a certain occupation. You say occupation, the name of the occupation, をしています. Literally, it means someone is doing something. But doing something meaning like do for living. Do something for living. Okay, lawyer is 弁護士. So you can put that 弁護士 into occupation, the space there in brackets, and をしています. And make sure that you know my father, how to say my father. Okay, you have to use humble form for this. Number 13, my younger sister became a high school student last year. To become occupation, you have already learned the verb. Occupation になります. You can also use the same verb if you're expressing someone is turning a certain age or taking some role. Okay, so in this case, became, so past tense, you have to make sure that change ますto ました. High school student in general is 高校生. 高校生. Okay, so you can use that. Again, last year is 去年, doesn't take any relational. Okay, complete number 13. Number 14, I attend Killarney High School, Killarney Secondary School. To attend a certain school or even lesson or hospital is に通っています. In Japanese, 通っています indicates that somewhere, some place that you constantly go to. Okay, so if you have some certain sickness and you go to see a doctor every so often, then you can use this verb 通っています. So complete number 14. Number 15. I belong to the Japan club at school. First of all, this is additional vocabulary word you can write on page 1. To join something, a club or class, is something ni hairimasu. So this is the base of the verb for this, to belong to, club or group or whatever you might have. So ni is a relational. Haiteimasu. So currently joining. So once you join, you are in it. So you use this verb to belong to. Ni haiteimasu. And how to say Japan club is Nihon kurabu, kurabu in katakana. Okay, so put those words together and finish number 15. Number 16, last one. I take Japanese and mathematics at school this year. This year is kotoshi. Just like last year, kyonen, it doesn't take any relational. Okay, so start with that at the beginning of the sentence or after watashi wa or boku wa. To take or enroll in a certain course or lesson is something wo totteimasu. Torimasu, to take, and change that to totteimasu, currently taking. So that's what you use for this one. Okay, so finish that, and if you have any questions, please ask the teacher. 頑張ってください。で、終わりです。When you are done, please submit your work to Teams. 頑張ってくださいね。